throwing out low-tier god insults.
You are worthless.
He sends him outside just to drag his head on the ground on his roadie. Mark's looking at him like, what are you about to do next? But then he closes his eyes because he doesn't want to see it for real. But luckily for him, using his head, he's going to come back flying with a headbutt, breaking his nose and hitting the vintage superhero lane. So you know Conquest had to hit the villain. Ah, yes, excellent. Like the fight is never that good.
RickWa reacts.
What up, folks? Tis RickWa, and for this video's reaction, I'll be reacting to the day Conquest pulled up to prove that Invincible is Vincible. And this is by Super and Blank. Oh, yo. First things first, before continuing on, if y'all don't want to hear my yapping, you want to just skip straight to the start of the initial video of this reaction video, then the timestamps are in the description below. So just making sure to let y'all know of that. But continuing on, I gotta say, I feel like it has been an extra spicy minute since the last time I've done a reaction video to Super Blank or Super and Blank's channel. Like... where it's just like Codenamesuper and BlankBoy like within the same video, but you know it's obviously on one single channel via Super and Blank. But man, oh man, with them talking about the Conquest fight, ooh wee. Yo, I definitely can't wait to see what goes on with all this. Because their commentary and the way they be incorporating like the sound effects and memes into the schmicks of their hilarious commentary is hilarious as well too. And we all know how crazy that fight was with Conquest and the schmicks of Invincible, and man. And then we got the next season of Invincible on the way, so ooh. Gonna get extra real with that one, to say the least. But enough of my yapping. I'm gonna get right into it, folks, and I'm gonna switch over to the green screen webcam real quick for y'all. There we go, folks. Also, I hope all of y'all are having a wonderful day today. And of course, please be sure to check out and support the Super and Blank channel and supporting them within their content creation journeys. Look at any other content creators I react to, and making sure to check out and support them within their content creation journeys, including making sure to check out Codenamesuper and BlankBoy's channels individually as well too. But before I get started with this video real quick, if y'all like this kind of content on my reaction channel, of course, please be sure to leave a like, leave a comment down below. You know, let's get things lively and poppin' and interesting within the comment section, shall we? Like what you found to be funniest, what references I might have missed, or something positive, or even a super comment if you so wish, including a video request. And sharing my content around, as that does of course help with the algorithm. And if y'all have not already yet, of course, please be sure to smack that subscribe button and the bell button so then y'all know when it is that I'm uploading new content onto my reaction channel. And the support is always very much so greatly appreciated thus far and going forward. Y'all are amazingly awesome, folks.
Okay.
And as well as you know, please be sure to share it around with your friends or family, whatever you so choose to do. And of course, please be sure to check out my Patreon, because you get a lot of extra benefits on there, created just being a YouTube subscriber. Just make sure to also let y'all know of that. And if y'all want a guaranteed reaction to your video request, y'all can become a member of the RickWa Reacts to Your Video Request tier. Comment down on that pinned post after you become a member of that tier, and then you will get that guaranteed reaction to your video request. Since I don't react to anything that I've already seen, and I more so react to content that I know is going to personally pique my interest. So just making sure to inform y'all of that. But either way, enough of my yapping, and without further ado, let's get started on this video from Super and Blank, being the day Conquest pulled up to prove that Invincible is Vincible. I respect the title of that, by the way, but let's do it to it. Shall we, folks?
So after Mark saved the city from the
Yeah,
Invincible War,
quote,
you could really
unquote.
tell the superhero shit is not easy.
Nope.
Look at him. Man says, damn, I failed, bro. Walks away to give himself some space, and he could have even shed more than 2 teardrops. No sniffles before the next threat
Conquest.
arrived. Like, damn. You couldn't give bro a minute? And
Yeah,
bro wanna talk about
basically.
some stand ready for my arrival. Man, he not trying to hear all that. So naturally, he tells them to fuck off. But we all know he not leaving that easy, so they got a box. Mark sees the destruction and says, you know what? Let me sprinkle in a bit more. Adds more rubble for the construction workers to clean up and flies up. And I feel bad for whoever owns this building. You know, he was probably happy as hell that it was still in this condition after the Invincible War. But they come in and fuck it all up, flashing, destroying the buildings, and causing a shockwave, which sends all these civilians flying, causing them to either be injured or getting sent to the Michael Jackson meet and greet. Conquest is then gonna head up Mark and chokeslam him to the ground, creating a Beyblade arena. Jenga probably somewhere around the corner, ready to let it rip. Mark's gonna kindly get up there, and for whatever reason, he has his back turned to Conquest. And Conquest tries to stun him, puts his hand on his shoulder. Shit reminds me of how Thanos was doing Iron Man. And Mark was not looking for another father. He already had issues with his own, so he rocks him, sending him flying back. And Conquest is over there talking about some, ooh, he feisty, which is nothing but piss Mark off even more. So he decides to tackle his problem, bear hugging him into buildings, and he's really just throwing him into the buildings for the aesthetic, because the last building comes crashing down, and out of the rubble is Conquest, and Mark ends up being the one that's dazed. Bro,
it's like, how?
You were the one that initiated the attack and caused the building to fall. That was you. But he chokes him, and Mark uses the force of 2 arms to hit his hand down, and then he smacks his cranium with 2 hands. You know his shit is crazy right now for him to make this face. And then he's gonna hit him with this zesty raccoon bag kick. And I'm not gonna lie, if you showed me a silhouette of him, you would really think he's a part of the Ginyu Force. Somehow it sends him feedback, and he stops, leaving himself wide open.
Part of the
Mark
Ginyu
takes the
Force.
opportunity to fly left, knocking him down into a down air, then an up air, getting Conquest to bleed for the very first time. And I'm watching this whole scene like, okay, finally, Mark fighting back. He's gonna fly up, hitting Conquest with a double fist attack, then he's gonna grab the leg to pull him down. Then he holds the back of his neck to connect this, and that would mean he just connected a string of 6 attacks in a row. Where was this before? After asking myself that question, that's when I realized it was just one of those moments where the opponent was just letting our main character get his hits in. Just look at how giddy Mark was getting. No way we're genuinely hitting loop-de-loops just to get in a right hook, bro. Come on. And this is how you know Conquest not trying for it. He would never let that slide. But it sends him out into space. And this standoff was kind of cool until the camera pans to Conquest, and you can tell
being all freaky, Freak Quest.
Crooked smile. He spits out his blood to hit this Fortnite emote in space, and it got Mark perplexed. Look at his face. He's just looking at him like,
what the crazy.
He pops the heart and hits this evil ass cringe grin, then flies towards Mark. And not only does this man not block, he doesn't dodge for shit. Then he gets 2-hand punched right into the stratosphere. Had me leaning on my monitor like, bro, please fight back. And he must have heard my calling, because as he was falling, his controller reconnects, hits him with the right, then a left, giving him an extra wrinkle. And as they were free falling, Mark decides to give him a knee and throws him right off, giving him this Power Ranger ass pose. And then they stand off again. And you think Mark would be ready for an attack this time, considering not even 10 seconds ago in space, he got caught lagging off the same standoff scenario. But no, instead, he catches right, chipping his lenses off, and then he goes free falling into the ground. And if you ever wondered what could be worse than straight up getting your ass beat, it's getting your ass beat while your family is watching. Got his mom looking at the screen like, this nigga is trash. And had his little girl talking like, yeah, you need my help. I'm like, excuse me? You were watching this whole fight and you really think you're going to be useful?
Right?
Shit, alright. See you there, I guess. So Mark is on the ground coughing up loads of blood, and the ground starts shaking. So Mark looks up, and I really can't with this dude, bro. Because he turns around and sees him from here, but doesn't start moving to block or dodge until he gets to here. Like, why do you do this to yourself? And honestly, this rain doesn't make it any better. If I see a dude coming from above with 2 fists aimed right at me, I'm hitting this quick time event out of it. I'm not standing there to block like this. What are you trying to do? Draw foul? Ain't no refs here. Conquest comes in and it just It sends shockwaves throughout the city, and the king hits an account. And I can't lie, this is not a good look. He already looking scared, and I can't blame him. The first thing he sees when he pulls up is an explosion. Mark getting tossed into the sky. My man is gonna change directions towards him, and Conquest is gonna come up, hitting the Superman to send bro flying into the city. And you know these buildings hate to see Invincible coming, because he's gonna crash into straight apart.
It's like, no.
And if that wasn't enough, bro's gonna fly right into a tanker, exploding and leaving him injured. He's straight up getting fried right now, and Conquest wasn't gonna give him the chance to rest. He comes in flying like Mario's evil grandpa, and Mark saw that and he said, "You know what? Let me call a timeout and fight."
Let me call a timeout.
And to my surprise, Conquest actually stops. Could you imagine your world's strongest hero on the floor talking about some "please stop"? I know the civilians looking at their TV like this. Mark is then gonna ask Conquest if they could talk it out.
Yo.
Thinking he Naruto, and Conquest is just like, grabs his face, then his neck,
Yeah,
and then
Conquest
chokeslams
was
into
like,
the ground.
yo,
And
shut
this is
your
where
ass
weird.
up.
He's just gonna have his hand around his neck and straight up caress his face.
Oh,
But thankfully,
no.
before it got
On
too
some
out of hand,
RickWa
Mark's
type
brother
of time.
Invincible, or whatever his weak ass name is, comes in with this devious charged up punch into the cleanest uppercut. Look at that follow through and the superhero land. I was like, hold up, he might be a natural, but he also might be part Namekian. Got that Piccolo DNA in him, because after that cold entrance, he's gonna fly at him again.
Just
He
again,
gets smacked
pop.
face first on the concrete,
Yep.
dribbling right back up so that Conquest could catch the leg. That's the same shit that be happening to Piccolo in these movies. He gets his little entrance off.
He gets his aura farm moment and just gets
But
his
as
ass beat.
Invincible is hanging by the leg, Mark is gonna return the favor and save him. Puts his whole right boot to Conquest's face and sends him flying off. Sliding on straight concrete, made sure every part of his body touched the ground.
Damn.
And I don't understand how his fit is still clean after that.
Right?
I gotta know what type of threads
That-
he got on. But
that actually
anyways,
is a solid
Conquest is gonna
point.
get up and hit the Goku back turn, and you know nothing good is gonna come out of it. So Mark is gonna hit this little shit with
Oh,
the
man.
SpongeBob and Bikini Bottom resident emote and tell him to get out the way, knowing damn well he would have gotten choked out if he didn't show up. But whatever.
Damn.
He tosses him to the side, and Conquest grabs him with one arm. And look at Mark, he looks like he already giving up. He rams him into the building, throwing out low tier god insults.
You
Damn.
are a worthless, bitch ass nigga.
He sends him outside just to drag his head on the ground on his goalie. Mark's looking at him like, what are you about to do
man.
next? But then he closes his eyes because he doesn't want to see it for real. But luckily for him, he's gonna
man.
get tossed into someone's
So
brand new
yeet.
car.
Damn.
And he's finally gonna make the good decision of actually dodging. Hitting the quick time event out the way.
Dodge.
And to even more of using his head, he's gonna come back flying with a headbutt, breaking his nose and hitting the vintage superhero lane. So you
Damn.
know Conquest had to hit the villain. Ah, yes. Excellent. Like, the fight is never that good, bro. Shut your ass up. Man, I'm done with this. I'm handing it off to Blank.
Damn.
So since Conquest knew the Earth, Mark started giving him directions, left, right, north, south, east, and west. Shit done gave my GTA character unlimited ammo. Unk trying to catch himself, and Mark
That's
grabs him by the collar
crazy.
and starts unleashing lights onto him with no
Did a whole
pauses in
combo
between.
just to get
but
all
the
the
smile
ammo.
on my face quickly starts to
get
fade as
all the
fast as it
weapons.
came. Because Mark Grayson's Rod Wave stamina bar started selling him. Bro not even fighting back, but he's
Damn.
gassed. Brody need to get back in the lab, start doing some crunches and laps around the track. He goes for a punch and gets it caught.
Knock the fuck up. I knock the fuck out you.
This is crazy. Mark really the best Earth got to offer too. They said Conquest came here for all the strong people. Yeah, the rest of y'all niggas gonna be safe. Conquest starts
Yeah,
flying
right.
up into the sky, catches Mark's arm and stretches his arm out. And shows that the
And
Broly influence on psychotic swole niggas is unmatched. Getting in his Broly by grabbing Mark by the arm and slamming him into
crazy.
the windows and the building.
Broly
The Invincible
influence.
comic readers told me that Blue Suit Mark would be moving different. This nigga ain't this shit but step back. Conquest slams him out the other side of the building and then
Yeet.
a million foot drop on top of his head. This might be worse than Omni-Man. And Omni-Man wasn't playing fair. Was
Nope.
plotting on boxing Mark since birth. Had that nigga
Damn.
spawn trapped.
Swung his body to the side.
And then doesn't even give him the respect of a punch. He palms Invincible away, flying in after him, paralleling him. I thought Conquest was about to kiss him, and after seeing what Conquest does here, Mark probably wishes he was catching the kiss. Because instead,
Damn.
Conquest slams him with 2 feet, dragging him across the
Ooh,
road.
hit him with a little bit of a
bus
foot
until they
dive
come
in the
to a
mix.
Stop. But you're not going anywhere, unfortunately, Mark. You stuck right here.
I came looking for man's butt.
Oh
Conquest said, "Beating
no.
up Mark isn't enough. I'm leaving my business Balloon Oliver here to help." Unfortunately, though, Conquest not even taking it serious
Nope.
anymore. Look
He
at
was
him,
not at
hitting
that
all hard
point.
poses on niggas. Mark tries to reason with Conquest like,
No, dude.
We're not done yet.
He's just a kid.
Damn. Ew.
my boy dashes back in. My boy mad thirsty to go in and catch seconds and thirds of flaming ass whooping. But Conquest didn't consent to a trip around the block. This is kidnapping. Or, well, unknapping. He literally just stops
Unknapping?
the momentum and grabs Mark by the
Wow.
hair again. He's really done a great job of showing how Vincible Mark Grayson really is right now. Loading up a crazy right, punching him
The
so hard it breaks the
Vincible
windows.
Mark
And
Grayson.
Mark finally showing some life in this fight now. He's pissed, landing a left, sending Conquest into the building. But Conquest said these ass beatings internationals. He's bouncing Invincible off the ocean and catches up to him. He's trying his hardest to take advantage of Invincible's inability to swim. That won't work on this one. Conquest uses Mark's face as a battering ram to make sure that anyone who spent the last 6 months summer to get right wasted their time, because now they built like Patrick Star. Conquest carrying him across the globe and tells him that they going to Haiti next, and Invincible was like, oh fuck no, breaking out and punching Conquest in the face and away. I'm convinced Conquest just be throwing himself on purpose to make.
I'm kind of surprised that the scene of like stretching Oliver out was not talked about in the mix here, but I guess it is what it is. I guess for time constraints and probably to avoid copyright related as best as possible, I guess. But so far so good. I'm definitely enjoying this so far, and this has been nothing but hilarious, and again just hella enjoyable as well too. Just had to bring up that little tidbit real quick, but I hope y'all are enjoying the reactions so far and all that good stuff. But continuing on.
The fight more fun. He's flying across the mountain and Mark has help. Eve has arrived on the scene, and Mark couldn't possibly hate this anymore.
He was like, damn, yo, I don't want you to get hurt, Eve.
He's about to cry. Shorty was just in the hospital not too long ago. And she thinks she can box with Conquest as Mark tackles him out the sky and says,
Get back in the kitchen.
But that split second gave her the distraction that Conquest needed to headbutt Mark with his bald spot and tear his ACL. Mark's weak dreams are over now. No wonder this guy D-Rose hates this show. It's one of his least favorites. Conquest is fucked up just watching Mark fall to the ground.
It's time to switch to esports, bitch ass nigga.
But on the bright side, at least this means that Mark and Eve are one true loves. Because she's got a boot from a messed up leg too. Twinsies, two crippled niggas. But even worse, this means that now Eve is left in an ISO versus Conquest. No, it's bad when she talking about some go-go Power Rangers. Like this armor finna work. Conquest licking his fingers.
I mean, it was working for a teeny tiny bit.
Save you. He charges in with no hesitation, but gets stopped by Eve, forcing him in place. You know how creepy old niggas get. She needs to use that anti-Master Roshi move. Because while she's stuck in place, she's able to conjure up a hammer and smack the shit out of him. And then starts treating his ass like a ping pong ball, bouncing him back and forth, conjuring up the hammer again to smack his ass again. But I'm telling y'all, he just be pretending to be hurt. There's no way she's cooking him like this. She goes for another over-the-head strike, and he straight up just catches that shit.
I knew it was fake. I knew it.
He just wanted to boost her confidence a bit, I suppose. And now he popping her dreams like a balloon.
I'm in danger.
She instantly knows it's time to back up, creating walls between them, but he starts punching those shits down. But in his Hall of Fame chase down pursuit, debris is left around everywhere, and she uses it to trap his head in a bubble. Gave that nigga the sandy cheeks, and while he's there suffocating, she hits a cheerleader move and just sandwiches him between two spiky balls. And she decides to just empty the clip of attacks onto him at this point. Something gotta work. She's just conjuring up a bunch of different weapons, chucking them at him, squishing him like a sandwich, doing him absolutely dirty. He really giving the Viltrumite name a bad rep right now. So he decides no more Make-A-Wish hits for you and just stops her. And I think he hates Iron Man just like me. How you gonna try and kill a nigga who was brainwashed? Because before she can react, he starts speed blitzing her, destroying her armor and helmet too. She should have just stayed away. Like I said, Conquest came to fight the strong heroes. Most of y'all niggas would have been okay. But instead, now she's getting her face literally punched open. He opens his hand and slices her stomach open. Mark watching his girl get done like a Thanksgiving turkey.
And I've already seen like all that before, but it's just like just very gory scenes like that. It's just like that. That's the type of vibe I'm on. I'm just being honest with y'all folks. So there's that. I don't care how many times like I may like see something from Invincible, because obviously it's all very gory. And there's a lot of, you know, hilarious content creators I like watching, reacting to, that talk about those kinds of scenes from Invincible. But whenever I be seeing it, like even it's like after the first time, I'm just like type of time. Again, I'm just being blunt with y'all folks. That's just how I am. Continuing on.
happy right now and can only continue to watch as she falls from the sky,
Ooh.
dead as hell. Mark is heartbroken. He
Thought-
can't handle
thought
this.
she
She
was
never
dead,
gave him Firehead
but-
ever again, and that pissed him off more than anything else could have. Charging in towards Conquest with both of them clashing fists, literally decimating both of their arms, and the sonic boom sends them apart from one another. Mark's on him, landing a left hook into a right kick, going in for a left, getting weak. He might be built like an NFL linebacker, but nimble like a ballerina. Weaving again, bear hugging Invincible, and he's really lost it, taking a chunk out of Conquest's shoulder. He's truly fighting like someone who's fighting for their life. Desperate. And Conquest knows that, creating distance between the two of them. But Invincible is just too quick, getting Conquest on his back, ground and pound, punching him in the face on a repeat. A couple more hits and he can make him handsome. Bro got the Stephen A. Smith. No wonder he's lonely. Nigga got no hoes. But he grabs Mark, knees him, and slams bro onto the ground. Got him right where he wants him, ready to take his cheeks, until a giant pink aura is shining so bright, blinding him before he could even react. Adam Eve sends a burst of energy at Conquest, disintegrating his entire arm, torso, and probably dick. Niggas looking around wondering why they smelling bacon. Just cause this big ass warthog nigga just literally got fried chest down, giving Mark the opening he needed to finally get the upper hand. Zooming in and landing a left on Conquest's nose and then punching him onto the ground. Somehow after all of that, Conquest still has enough strength to take a punch from Invincible and catch his hand, breaking it to then just headbutt. Like I said, Mark is fighting like a motherfucker who's desperate to survive. Headbutting Conquest. Headbutt. Doing him like Instrum Part 2, turning his head into tomato soup. And that's it. Conquest is out for the count.
I gotta say, yo, Cecil ain't for showing up so much later and then being like, oh, what happened here? And then Cecil having the audacity to go about and tell Mark that, oh yeah, Conquest is dead, but kept his head so he could learn knowledge about the Viltrumite Empire. He's like, why would you do this? Oh my god, yeah, that definitely great, amazing stuff from Super and Blank or the Super and Blank channel for this one, and very specifically, obviously, to Codenamesuper and BlankBoy for putting this video together on the Super Blank channel as well. Yo. Oh my god, yo. Besides Omni-Man versus Invincible, this fight here is also goated as well too. And obviously there's a lot of memes that we got from this fight, and especially from the Omni-Man versus Invincible fight as well too. Like the think, Mark, think. Oh man, I hope y'all, the audience, have enjoyed my reactions to this video from Super Blank, and if y'all did, of course, please be sure to leave a like, leave a comment down below, so we are getting things lively and poppin' and interesting within the comment section, like what you find to be funniest, or what references I might have missed, or anything else in general. So again, we are getting things lively and poppin' and interesting from the comment section, and all that good stuff. But either way, I'm going to switch back over to the regular webcam real quick for y'all. There we go, folks. Once again, I hope y'all, the audience, have enjoyed my reactions to this video from Super and Blank, and also, again, as well, too, great, amazing stuff to the Super Blank channel for this video as well, too, and very specifically being Codenamesuper and BlankBoy within the schmicks of the Super Blank channel as well. But, either way, I'm at the end point of this reaction video, so there's that, and if y'all have gotten this far, I do greatly appreciate that, as basically, I'm finna bounce. So there's that. And if you all like this kind of content on my reaction channel, of course, please be sure to leave a like, leave a comment down below, share my content around, as that does, of course, help with the algorithm. And if you all have not already yet, of course, please be sure to smack that subscribe button and the bell button so that y'all know when it is that I am uploading new content onto my reaction channel. And the support is always greatly appreciated thus far and going forward. Y'all are amazingly awesome, folks. And as well too, if you want to get some extra benefits while supporting me a little bit further, you can go about and check out my YouTube memberships by pressing that join button down below. You can either join the Shoutouts tier or the early access tier, whatever floats your boat on that notion. And if y'all want even more benefits compared to just being a YouTube member, y'all can also go about and check out my Patreon, in which the link to my Patreon is in the description below if you want to check that out and all the good stuff. But either way, I'm at the end point here, so again, there's that. And I hope y'all, the audience, have a wonderful rest of your day, and until the next reaction video that I upload for y'all, peace out, folks. Now for the vocal shoutouts. Shoutouts to Preston G. Thank you again for becoming a member of my Patreon. The support and patronage is greatly appreciated thus far and going forward. You are amazingly awesome.